Decoding the Order of the Deep. An octogenarian defies authority with a daring aerial protest. A 5-year-old's innocent question leads to exile. Behind these tragedies lies the Order of the Deep, Renacita's supreme power. What's its internal structure, and what inhumane acts has it committed? 1. The organizational structure of the Order of the Deep. In Renacita, the Order of the Deep holds supreme power with a tight, well-divided hierarchy. Known figures include the first Primus Napoli II, the Blessed Maiden Fleur-de-Lis, and the current Primus Fenrico. Directly under the main authority, Priest Alessio handles a variety of religious affairs for the order. Ordinary acolytes like Phoebe are tasked with spreading the doctrine and delivering the Sentinel's guidance. To keep order in Ragunna City, the order has set up 4 key branches. Order Tribunal, a secular judicial body, much like a courtroom, which handles civil and criminal matters between families and commoners. The Conscription Office. This branch deals with clearing problematic echoes and oversees both private and origin terminals. Chamber of Discipline. Acting as Ragunna's enforcement arm and standing military force, its guards are a common sight in the city. In the story, Priest Alessio once led a large echoes to blockade Rover and Carlotta. Order Penitentiary. Responsible for judging heretics who defy the Sentinel's teachings, anyone daring enough to question order authority or break the doctrine is condemned to exile on the Pilgrim's Sale. 2. The Truth of Pilgrim's Sale. Originally, Pilgrim's Sale were a voluntary sacred act of penance. Only after Fenrico took power did they become a form of forced punishment. In truth, Pilgrim's Sale were covert exiles. For example, Andreas, a lifelong faithful worker, began to question when the order's crushing taxes and a raided caravan left him desperate for aid instead of help. He was told that suffering was divinely ordained, and his doubts led to his forced exile aboard a Pilgrim's Sale. Brandt, a 5-star resonator, once asked as a child, "No one has seen Sentinel. Why do we believe this is him?" That simple question earned him a place on Pilgrim's Sale. Many others suffered similar fates. Todd of an underground theater mocked the order's taxes in a comedy. The Keating family was framed by acolytes, and Batir was exiled for accidentally catching a fish meant for the order. Perhaps most absurd was Bartolino, the former Laurel recipient, who, in protest of a canceled Carnevalo, disguised himself as an order echo, tied a rope from Freedom Square to Phassalia's mansion, and, aided by Wingray and Cloudcaster, showered the city in golden petals for 3 days and nights. The order spent 3 days cleaning up until a real storm washed it all away. How's this old geezer so ballsy with his moves? Originally, Pilgrim had no set destination. Hidden currents left by an ancient dark tide forced the ships, rudderless, to drift inevitably toward Penitent's End. The order never meant for these exiles to return alive. Even if they survived the journey, the end was the order's cruelest lie. Their fate was to become the feast of the Dragon of Dirge, a creature manipulated by Primus Fenrico and his guards to attack indiscriminately, revealing Fenrico's true tyranny. Brandt's troop of fools built their refuge from the wreckage of Pilgrim's Sale. Each member once a victim of the order. Their base now aids the persecuted. For 20 years, Penitent's End has become a graveyard for Pilgrim's Sale, its death toll beyond count. 3. The Order's role in economy and culture. For economy, the Order exploits the people of Renacita with numerous land rents and taxes. The Montelli family had to pay enormous bribes to the Order in order to implement private terminals, allowing the project to proceed with difficulty. The established Phasalia family, once in decline, received support from an unknown power and colluded with the Order to force mining merchants, cutting off the supply chain for Montelli's terminal production. The beneficiary behind this was the Order, whose aim was to consolidate its rule by controlling private terminals. For culture, after the ascension of Fenrico, he altered the original information about the 2 deities of Renacita and hid the details about the last Blessed Maiden on the High Tower. Now, in the eyes of the people, Fenrico is the only one who can communicate with Sentinel. The Order of the Deep rewrote history and composed a completely new doctrine, namely that everything in Renacita is the creation of the Sentinel, as revealed in the book Phoebe originally gave us, and the people believe it without question. In Cathedral of Mercury, you can see children lining up to receive the Order's blessing. When faced with tacit discord like the Dragon of Dirge on Penitent's End, they do not flee, but instead fall to their knees, praying for divine forgiveness, clearly demonstrating the vast influence of the Order. 4. When did it all begin? Was the Order always like this? No. During Blessed Maiden's reign, people lived happily, and she heeded their counsel. At that time, Renacida welcomed refugees from fallen civilizations. Despite personal conflicts, shared faith united them in the face of disaster. The Carnival celebrated the original ideals of equality and freedom, but everything changed after the Dark Tide catastrophe 20 years ago. Now, the Order twists myths to spread ignorance and uses faith as a tool of punishment. Public echoes, though easing daily life, now shackle those who seek beyond. The more the Order suppresses, the louder the call for Carnival. They were forced to hold the Carnival again, lest the people's doubts grow. This time, the Order seeks to repeat the events of a decade ago to prove its power through Fraxidas. 5. The End. In the 2.0 main quest, Montelli family and Troop of Fools joined forces to oppose the Order at the Carnival led by Carlotta. Yet, it all appears to be part of the Fraxidas' plan. Frolova seemed to have stirred events at the Carnival, but it was all a staged performance with Rover. Its purpose was twofold: to win over Rover and to elevate the Carnival's fervor. They awaited the Enlightened One's arrival to confirm the old legends, the existence of that special resonator, and to unveil the mystery of the Blessed Maiden's identity. Otherwise, Frolova can directly control echoes to attack civilians. Even Rover could not handle it. In the end, whether Fenrico's dialogue with Rover is deceitful, what the true paradox of civilization is, what the real faces of Sentinel and Threnodian are, and what secrets the inverted tower holds, all remain shrouded in fog, waiting to be revealed in future updates. The 2.0 version is only the beginning of this grand story. The tale has planted countless pitfalls, and we truly look forward to what comes next.